Well, what if we told you that more than $1 million was spent to study the ice in Alaska? Well, it's true, and that money came from the $787 billion stimulus bill, your tax dollars. And we found that that is just the tip of the iceberg. Eyewitness News reporter Ben Simmoneau dug deep into the records and uncovers some stimulus shockers.
A couch potato gene, the song of these household birds, and security for a dinner cruise ship that never leaves the Delaware. Those are some of the projects funded with your money from the economic stimulus bill.
I'd like to know where the lobbyists are taking these guys to lunch.
Eyewitness News combed through thousands of projects in our area, and while many have put people to work, we found dozens and dozens of projects that created few or no jobs.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Somebody does not have enough to do.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I think you give politicians money and you shouldn't be surprised when they spend it like drunk sailors.
How about $467,000 to study a so-called couch potato gene? No one's getting off the sofa with this one because no one got hired.
It's very disturbing.
Congressman Jim Gerlach voted against the stimulus bill in part, he says, because not enough was being spent directly on job creation.
The average person on the street would rather see that same amount of money going into a road project, the project that's been on the books for 20 years and still hasn't been built yet.
But one project that is not still up in the air is one for the birds, a study of zebra finches. Cost here more than $150,000. Jobs created, none. Then there's a study of social interaction. In Uganda, price tag $495,000. Full-time jobs here, zero. People partying aboard the Spirit of Philadelphia should feel more secure now that $122,000 has been given to the cruise line for, quote, maritime security. Again, no jobs. And then there's the study of earthquakes in China for $133,000 that happens to be this man's project.
We seem to have mountains growing here and not there.
Rutgers professor Vadim Levin says his project has scientific and economic benefits. He hired a research assistant.
Human being is hired, the job is maintained, taxes are paid, all the other trickle-down benefits to the economy are provided.
It could have been a better bill, but at least it didn't get us to 13% unemployment, where we would be today if it wasn't for the stimulus bill.
In some cases, though, those jobs are pretty pricey. The University of Pennsylvania, for instance, received $170 million in stimulus money and created just 319 jobs. That's $532,000 apiece. How many couch potatoes could you get back to work with that kind of money?
Now, a spokesman for Penn says that couch potato gene just happens to have a quirky name, and the gene actually has the potential to prolong life. While no jobs were created, 2 were retained. Now, overall, the spokesman tells us job creation was not necessarily the priority. Some projects were simply already in line for funding. Chris and Susan.
And what gets me, this is just a few examples of this questionable spending, right?
We've got more, Susan, like over $4 million to study the bedrock and the soil in Puerto Rico. No jobs created. We've got $1 million to study plankton off the coast of Antarctica. You can find more of a complete list on our website, cbs3.com. Just click on Special Reports.
Okay. You can also leave your comments there about what is government waste at its finest or maybe its worst. Ben Simmoneau, thank you very much. Thanks.